everyone, I'm Trevor, and today we're at Disneyland to share with you the free and inexpensive things that you can do and get here at Disneyland. So let's get going. And the first item that you are going to come across at Disneyland that is free are going to be park maps. I know this might feel kind of like a given, but they still have physical paper maps. When so many theme parks are getting rid of physical paper maps and they are moving to digital only, you still can. And this is a great souvenir. My kids love to take these home with them and look at them even after we are gone from Disney, be it Disneyland or Walt Disney World. Especially when we go to Walt Disney World, we love to grab maps from all 4 parks and then take them home with us. And we are going to run this video like another tip/vlog hybrid. What do I mean by that? Well, we're going to give you tons of tips, but we're actually going to take you around the park and do these things for ourselves here this morning. So for tip number 2, we're going to head towards the lockers. And the lockers is just only one of many locations where you can find these throughout the park, and that is going to be fuel rod stations. Now, purchasing the initial fuel rod does cost a little bit of money, but they provide swaps, free swaps. So you can swap out a fuel rod here, and what you do is you just take your fuel rod, you insert it in the slot, it's going to pop out a new one down here. And if you are unfamiliar with fuel rods, they are power banks to recharge your phone. When you initially purchase them, they are going to come with all of the cords that you need for any type of phone. They have all sorts of different adapters and cords. They come with a little kit. And then when you swap it out, you just need to put the fuel rod itself in there, and it will spit out a new fully charged one. So you use it till it dies, and then you get a brand new one. You don't need to take it back to your room and charge it up or anything like that. Free swaps at Disneyland. Now, if you go to Universal or you go to the airport, they are going to charge you for swaps, but here at Disneyland, the swaps are free. If we head back here behind the little red wagon and to the right of the plaza, we are going to find the first aid building, and that is this red brick building straight ahead. At First Aid, you can get free over-the-counter medicine. That's right, if you find yourself at Disney and you are getting a fever or you're coming down with something, or maybe your feet are hurting or you have a headache, anything like that, you can come here. They'll give you some Tylenol, they'll give you some ibuprofen. They've got other over-the-counter medications as well, bandages, Band-Aids, anything like that. You find yourself in need of first aid, they have them complimentary here. So you can come and get those free at the First Aid building. They have one at DCA as well. The next free thing that you can get can be found here at Pioneer Mercantile, and this is an absolute must for anybody who is visiting Disneyland over a special occasion or for the first time. And you need to go get yourself one of these buttons. These buttons are completely free. I just came to Pioneer Mercantile because it was the easiest place to go get them, but they have them multiple locations throughout the park. They've got I'm Celebrating buttons where you can literally just put whatever you want to on the button, like I did here. But they have all sorts of other buttons as well, like Happy Birthday, Happy Anniversary, Happily Ever After, First Visit. And the reason why you want to get one of these buttons is because you may get some Disney magic by wearing them. Wearing a birthday button, you are going to absolutely get happy birthdays pretty much from all the cast members that you walk by. But I have seen special things happen, which we'll actually talk about a little bit later in the video, the special things that happen, because I've got some stories that I want to share about a specific point. But wear one of these buttons, get one of these buttons, they're free. You can take the buttons home with you, of course. You can wear them throughout the park. Do it, like, this is the first thing that you should probably do when you get here, is go get a button. You can get them at City Hall, you can get them at most of the gift shops, but Pioneer Mercantile is one of my favorite places to come get them, just because first thing in the morning, there's usually not that big of a line, and they have tons of buttons here. Now, this list isn't just only free things, it's also inexpensive things. And right across from Pioneer Mercantile here in Frontierland, we have the Shootin' Exposition. And this requires just 50 cents. Now, I don't have anything smaller than a $10 bill, and I don't think I want $10 worth of quarters. If it even, no, it only works on 1s and 5s. But they do have a change machine here. Just plan better than I did. I thought I had some 1s in my wallet. I do not, so I don't get to do this, but you get to come over here and shoot the infrared targets that are on all of these different displays. And when you shoot them, they do different things. They pop up heads out of the ground, or buckets, or the owl moves out of the way, or something. Like, they do different things. There's a casket over here, so like a skeleton will probably come out of the casket, things like that. Nobody using it right now, of course, but I have seen people play this throughout the day, so it's not like it's not getting any use at all. And definitely come over here and be sure to enjoy it. For these next couple of free or inexpensive things, we are coming here to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge because we are going to be visiting Oga's Cantina. Now, you go inside Oga's Cantina, you're still going to have to buy something, but they will give you something free in exchange as well. And I decided to get breakfast in here this morning, so we're gonna have a little bit of a food review. I said this was like a tip vlog, a hybrid. They did give me a coaster here that has menus on it, but the free thing that you're gonna get here is actually a bunch of different souvenir coasters. They've got a whole series of them. We're gonna ask for them on the way out, and then I'll show you all of them once we get out of the restaurant. And first up, I ordered the Blurg Fire, which is a non-alcoholic beverage. It's Minute Maid lemonade, a pomegranate juice, and a habanero lime. And then I also ordered the Surabat Valley Harvest Board, and this is a torched sourdough bread with an ají verde infused pork spread and spicy salsa criolla. So interesting. This one's a little bit more expensive on the snack side, but it's one of the items I haven't tried before, so I thought we'd give it a go. Let's give this a try. Bread is nice and warm, soft and fluffy. The spread, I don't know how to describe the spread. I mean, you saw it, you heard what the description was. The spread is cold, a bit grainy, and it definitely has more of like a Mexican sort of kick to it, but I don't know how to describe it other than that. It's interesting. I still think I prefer the the garlic Five Blossom bread, like a cheesy bread that they have here. And I thought about getting that again, but I wanted to try something new. But I think that I would recommend the Five Blossom bread if I were to get something again. And here's a look at the coasters that we were able to get. This is the one that came with my drink, and I just asked them if they had any others. So these are the three designs. The back is always going to say Oga's Cantina on it, but we have these three designs, and they're collector's items, of course. They're a great little souvenir, and again, you can just ask for them for free, but you do have to buy something at Oga's to get them. Next, I've come over to the Droid Depot to talk about our next tip, and that is Galaxy's Edge's droid daycare services, and other package checking type services that they have here at Disneyland. If you come here and you build a droid, what are you going to do with it, right? Throughout the rest of the day, you're going to carry around this big hulking box all day long. Do you have to go back to the hotel to drop it off? What are you going to do with that? Well, they have a droid daycare here where you build a droid and you can leave it here and then come pick it up before the end of the night. So they do have the way for you to do that. There are additional package storage and checking services like that throughout the park. They don't send your stuff to the front of the park anymore. That's kind of like a thing of the past. They don't send it back to your hotel either. Unfortunately, if you're staying at a Disney hotel, they used to do that. They don't anymore. However, there are some places around the park like Pioneer Mercantile that we talked about earlier, Star Trader in Galaxy's Edge, or not Galaxy's Edge, Star Trader in Tomorrowland, as well as the stroller rental place in the Esplanade of the park. If you go to those places, they will store your purchases. Just make sure you go back and pick them up by the end of the night before these places close. And something else I got from the Droid Depot is going to be the Batuin Spira Medallion credit. So this is a gift card. This is a Disney gift card, and it is thick, it is metal, it's heavy, it's weighty. It is a nice little souvenir, and this is again the Batuin Spira credit medallion. Now, a couple of details about this little guy, because it's not free. This goes in the list of things that used to be free at Disney, but now are on the list of inexpensive things, sort of. Okay, this one actually is kind of expensive, but it's inexpensive at the same time. What do I mean? Well, in order to get this special Disney gift card, this thing costs $5. The little weighty medallion costs $5. But you have to put a minimum of $100 down on this gift card. So it costs $105 to purchase. However, you can go use that $100 elsewhere around the park. You're probably going to be buying food here. You might be buying merchandise here. And so you can use that gift card to absolutely go and purchase the thing. So really what you're getting, the souvenir is costing you $5. It's also reloadable. They said that it's a minimum of $15 whenever you reload. It's a minimum of $100 for the initial load. So if you're interested in getting one of these little Batu and Spira credit medallions, you can go check out one of those stores or the Droid Depot. They have them right there at the register. And before we leave Galaxy's Edge, I want to mess around with the Play Disney Parks app. This is a free app that you can download to interact with things here at Disneyland. All right, so I got everything set up here, and I've never done this before at the Millennium Falcon. I had to scroll through. They've got a whole bunch of different options in here, but they do have this Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run thing, and we're gonna see exactly what you can do here. Okay, here we go. Tools allows you to interact with things, and then it says hack. I want to click hack here. Searching for hackable items. The Millennium Falcon. That's exactly what we want to hack. The Millennium Falcon here. So, oh look! We just activated that. Did you see that? There you go. Did you see that? I just did that with my hacking here on the Play Disney Parks app. That is super cool. There is some other stuff that's hackable. All right, it says we can do the First Order TIE Fighter, and I am officially addicted to this. Okay, so there's some lights flashing. You probably couldn't see it very well on your screen, but the red light here at the bottom of the wing flashed, and then you heard the sound effects. In addition to the hacking features, there's also the jobs board, which allows you to interact with different aspects around Galaxy's Edge. It is really immersive, just looking through some of these things. There's tons of stuff that you can do. And again, this is a free app, and this is just in Galaxy's Edge. They have so much more available elsewhere in the park. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway has some stuff, Space Mountain has some stuff, Jungle Cruise has some stuff. Peter Pan has some stuff, different games, different activities, different things that you can use the Play Disney Parks app for. So you can do these things while you're waiting in line as well. The Space Mountain one is a video game that you can play on your phone while you're waiting in line. I know that at Peter Pan you can interact with a little lantern that's in the queue to make Tinkerbell appear, and so there's a whole bunch of things that you can use the app for. Definitely download it and mess around with it when you're here. It's a way to level up the experience at no extra charge. In addition to things like free coasters at Oga's Cantina, there are a couple of rides that have some free things as well. These are little souvenirs. They're nothing like super big or special, but kids are going to especially enjoy them. And over here at Autopia, the one that they have is a driver's license. Now, a lot of people know about this, but you can ask for these cards. Sometimes they're handing them out, but you can absolutely ask for them. Nothing, like I said, super special, but kids love these. Every time my kids get one of these, they feel like the most special kid in the entire world. And Benjamin holds this thing all day long. So definitely pick up one of these when you come to Autopia. But some additional rides that occasionally have free things like this. Indiana Jones Adventure, you can get a decoder card. Ask them, it'll be the same size, it'll be the same type of material, little cardboard card, a decoder card. And inside the attraction itself, you will notice a whole bunch of hieroglyphics and markings on the walls. And this is actually code. It's a language that all the markings have a specific alphabetical letter assigned to it. And when you look at the decoder card, you can uncode hidden messages on the walls throughout the attraction. It's a great way to kill some time while you're waiting in line at Indiana Jones. Again, you have to ask for that. I've also heard about maps on Jungle Cruise. You can get a map of the Jungle Cruise at the exit to Jungle Cruise. But the last time that I asked, again, they didn't have any. That doesn't mean that they don't. I've never gotten one because I didn't know about this until recently, but I have seen a post within the last year online mentioning them. The next thing you can do around the parks is pin trading, and there are all sorts of pin boards all around the park, usually in shops, but occasionally you'll find them out and about on little tables like this, and you can come up and you can trade some pins. Now, you do have to have pins to trade, so it's not free to just take a pin, but if you have a pin, you can swap them out for free, no extra cost. You can do up to 2 per pin board, I believe, so come check out the different pin boards and get involved in some pin trading. I did a whole video on pin trading tips at Disneyland, how to pin trade, where to pin trade, and everything that you need to know about pin trading here on my channel back at the end of December. So you can go back through my videos and check that pin trading video out. I'll also put a link to it down in the description if you're interested in watching it after this one. Now let's talk about ride photos. At the end of some attractions, you can find photos that they take during the ride, and some of these can be free. We'll explain the situations in a second. There are 2 ways that you can get free ride photos on every single ride with photos. The first is going to be by purchasing Lightning Lane Multipass. Of course, that is not free per se, but PhotoPass, that is on-ride photos, and the ones that you get in front of like the castle and things, is a free complimentary feature add-on to purchasing a Lightning Lane Multipass. Additionally, if you are a Magic Key holder, you also get PhotoPass for free. However, there are a few rides that also offer free photos. Actually, the only one I can really think of off the top of my head is Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters, which we have here behind me. At the end of this attraction, they have a set of screens where you can type in your email address, and it will send you your on-ride photo straight to your email. You don't need a PhotoPass in order to take advantage of this service. You just have to hope that it's working, because sometimes those screens are broken, but more often than not it's running, so you can email yourself a photo. I know that Walt Disney World has a few of those things as well. Hello! I can't think of any others off the top of my head here at Disneyland, but there might be, but I know for sure that it happens at Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters. Did you know that kids under 3 are free at Disney, be it Disneyland or Walt Disney World? That includes tickets to get into the park. If they are 2 years old or under, they are free. They don't cost a ticket, and you don't need to purchase Lightning Lane Multipass for them. Additionally, if you take them to a buffet, like the Plaza Inn for breakfast, it's a character breakfast in the morning, and children under 3, so that's 2 and under, they can't. If they're 3 years old, they have a price point for 3 to 9-year-olds. So this has to be under 3, 2, 1, or an infant, and they are free at buffets. You can still feed them food from the buffet, but of course you don't have to pay for them. So take advantage of this specific, it's not a loophole, but this offer, this deal, this thing that they have here, that kids under 3 are free at Disney. Did you know that Disneyland has a magic store and that you can watch free magic tricks in here? Let's go in and find out. Now, I went into the magic shop and I asked the cast member in there if he could show me a magic trick. And I said a card trick, and he said, how about we build a card? Is that okay? And I said, sure, that's great. And he asked me a couple of questions. I'm not sure I'm going to actually put that in the video because it was not very much was happening physically in front of me, but he asked me what type of card I wanted, and we worked our way down to the 10 of hearts. Then he took a closed pack of cards that had been sitting in front of me the entire time before he even started asking questions, and this happened.
So there was no outside influence for your decision, right?
Nope.
These all were made by you, for you?
All my decisions, yep.
Awesome. No subconscious path leading you towards the 10 of diamonds, I'm assuming?
Nope.
Awesome. So in here I have one card turned over. This one here. The chances of this being that card are 1 in 52. Or 1 in 1. But
interesting.
You asked for the heart though, right?
I did.
I know, I love to do subversions there.
Interesting. That was pretty cool.
Thank you. Got you there for a second, all right?
Yeah, you did. That was pretty cool. Thank you. Time to head over to Disney California Adventure to continue with some of the free things that you can get here at Disneyland. And back here by the exit to Mickey's PhilharMagic, we have our first free perk, and it is actually a Disney Visa card member exclusive photo experience. This thing is free. It says complimentary photos, so you don't need Lightning Lane Multipass, you don't need PhotoPass, you just have to be a Disney Visa card member. Now, I said that we were going to do some of these things here today, but this line is quite a bit longer than I expected, and from what I saw, it's just Minnie Mouse that's out. Occasionally they'll have Stitch back here, but yeah, it does look like, I don't know if you can see back that way. If it were Stitch, maybe I'd have considered waiting in line, but it's just Minnie, when you can see Minnie other places. But this is the Disney Visa card member photo spot for Disney California Adventure. Now, something that takes place seasonally and coming up for Food and Wine, it will probably turn back into that. In previous years, they've always had a cupcake like baking show that goes on right here. It's free for kids to enter. They get to make their own cupcake and they get to keep the cupcake. So it's a free cupcake that'll happen here at the front of the stage typically during that festival. And so Food and Wine is coming up. We've done it in the past. What you're seeing on your screen is footage of my children doing this cupcake experience in the past. They will often in this area right next to the stage have a craft station. So there are different seasons of the year. They have crafts, free crafts at Disneyland. For the Christmas season up at the Fantasyland Theater, Benjamin actually made a countdown chain. They also have like some coloring things that are going on. So they have these coloring craft stations available outside of The Little Mermaid, Ariel's Undersea Adventure during the holidays. They usually have some craft stations down in the Paradise Gardens Park area. So be on the lookout for these free craft stations for kids. They get to do some coloring, they get to make some crafts, take those crafts home with you. This next free thing might be a bit of a stretch, I'm sorry, but we're gonna go into the animation building. And that's gonna be the Animation Academy, where you can get free drawing classes. And they have all sorts of characters that you can learn to draw. Like I said, I know this one's a bit of a stretch. 11:30 right now, that is Wade. I unfortunately missed it by like 2 minutes. They're very prompt, very on the dot. They are doing Ember at 12, but I'm not sure we're gonna be around to go in and do that. So instead, I will treat you to previous footage of us trying that experience, and you get to go in there and they have a cast member who will teach you, lead the instruction. They'll show you how to draw the lines, where to draw the lines, how to make the frame of a character, and how to draw the specific lines like for noses and eyes and things like that to keep them anatomically correct. And you can take those principles and you can make the characters yourself at home, but this great experience is about a half an hour long, and it also gives you a souvenir, because at the end, if you did a decent job, you may want to actually keep your photo, and you could take it home, you could frame it, you could do whatever you want with it, roll it up here, maybe put it in a locker, that sort of thing after you're done with it. You don't want to fold it up, you're going to put creases and things like that, and it's a nice little souvenir, so take good care of it. Come do the free animation drawing experience classes. These next couple of things that I have to talk about are down here by the Incredicoaster. However, it is so busy here today that the lines for the ride and the food place that I want to talk about are pretty long. So we're not going to actually go and do these things. Sorry that the vlog portion of this is kind of falling off and it's turning into tip-related stuff where we have the talking head. But in any case, at Incredicoaster in the past, we have received a free lightning lane from them. They have given us if your child is just a little too short, they're not quite tall enough, they've just fallen short, they've given us a pass for a free lightning lane for the child and their family when they are tall enough to ride. And so if you come and your little one just barely misses the requirement in order to ride Incredicoaster, ask them about that pass, see if they have it, and the next time that you visit, maybe a year or 2 or 3 later, you'll have that lightning lane pass. They don't expire, So hopefully, you know, I mean, if you're coming maybe like 5 to 10 years from now, maybe they may not honor it. But if you're coming within a year to 2 years, probably look into getting one of those passes. Additionally, that right here is the Jack Jack Cookie Num Num cart right next to Incredicoaster. And we have experienced some Disney magic here. We were here at Incredicoaster. Benjamin was not yet tall enough to ride, so I was sitting out with him, and we were sitting right next to that cart while Amy and James rode. And Benjamin said, Daddy, can we have a Jack Jack Cookie Num Num? And I wasn't, you know, ready to have any sort of sweets or whatever for the morning. It was like 8:30 in the morning, but the cast member who was at the cart heard him ask and heard me tell him no. She brought the cookie over and said, can he have this? And she gave him a Jack Jack Cookie Num Num for his birthday for free, because it was for his birthday and he had a birthday pin on. That's where the connection. Make sure that you have those celebratory pins on. So Disney does give out free food on occasion. I've heard that they have a magic budget where these cast members that are at the food locations can occasionally hand out free food items to create magic for guests. Speaking of celebratory things, I can't go do this one right now, but some of the restaurants around the park still offer free birthday desserts. I thought they were gone. We did this video 2 years ago. It's been a while and nobody watches the old video anymore, which is why we're redoing it. And I said that they no longer do it. They no longer do the free desserts, because we've been to a couple of restaurants for celebrations and they haven't given us like a free dessert at somewhere like, you know, Wine Country Trattoria or Cafe Orleans, Carnation Cafe, those sorts of places. However, we went to Goofy's Kitchen for James's birthday last July, and they gave us a birthday cupcake. They do have birthday cupcakes at a few places still at the Disneyland Resort. I don't have a full list of all of them, but it never hurts to ask if you have a sit-down meal while you're here at the parks. And I can't forget to mention one of my kids' favorite things to do at Disney California Adventure. Come to the bakery tour and they will give you a free bread sample. And here it is, Boudin sourdough bread. They give me 2 pieces. Sometimes they only give you 1, but they gave me 2 today. They do that on occasion. Free bread samples. You can eat that while you walk through the bakery tour and watch them make the bread live. So you can see every stage of the bread making process. They do have some, actually no, they don't have any going right now over on the conveyor, but it looks like they are making some of the shaped ones here. We've got Mickey right there, and they're getting ready to make another Mickey right here. And you can also see some of the finished product right there. You can also watch them cut the bread bowls that they serve in Aunt Cass Cafe. And so they cut all the tops off these to make the soup in a sourdough bread bowl. Here's something you may or may not have known already. All around the park they have these ice cream carts. They also have popcorn carts and that sort of thing where you can buy, of course, ice cream and popcorn. What you might not have known is that they have free replacements on these items. Say you were about to eat your popcorn and your child bumped into the bottom of it, knocked it out of your hand, and the popcorn goes spilling all over the ground. Yeah, Disney will replace that box of popcorn for free. Just make sure you hang on to your receipt. Say you had an ice cream and you were starting to eat that ice cream, but it fell off the cone or fell off the stick and plopped onto the ground and melting all over the place. Disney will replace that for free too. Did you purchase a balloon and lose it and it floats off into space? Disney will replace that too. Disney does replace these smaller type items like this. In fact, they'll also replace broken merchandise. Do you know that we have bought stuff at Disney World for us, but Amy bought a Caribbean beach mug. And even though it said it was dishwasher safe, when she put it in the dishwasher, all the printing melted off. We contacted Disney and Disney replaced it for free. So you can get free replacements on merchandise that breaks. You can get free replacements on food and beverage whenever you spill them and things like that. And for our last couple of free things that you can get at Disney, we're coming to Pym Test Kitchen. And the first of these free things is that you can get free refills here because you pay over there, you get all of your food and your drinks, and then you come over here and you fill up your own drink at these stations. So whenever you're empty, you can just come back and get a refill, no extra charge. Additionally, they also have water at these locations, and so you can just come get a free cup of ice water as well. And so if you're looking to save some money on beverages while you're at Disneyland, between the free refills on soda, you gotta buy the first one, of course, or you can just get free water. And that's not just at Pym Test Kitchen for the free water. You can walk up to any quick service location throughout Disneyland and Disney California Adventure. Just ask them for a cup of ice water and they will give you a cup of water for free. No need to buy water bottles. If you don't like the water here, some people say they don't like the water here. I don't mind it. I've never noticed anything wrong with it. Buy one water bottle and then just go and refill it at the various water fountains and things like that. Perhaps they're a bit different than the water that you get from the restaurants, but in any case, love getting free cups of water, saves lots of money. If you want more money-saving tips like this, I have a whole video on money-saving tips. You can just click that video right now on your screen, keep watching, and see a ton. I think I have almost 30 money-saving tips for you. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button on your way out. If you got questions, drop them in the comments below. I'm always happy to answer them, and we will see you again next time.